anti-corruption policies. And I say I'm prepared to give evidence of where the looted state funds are hidden. So this is coming from former NPP MP. Why Kradu? The numbers from there today, just imagine the power willing to come out. But say the Babon Tenswa Munya Jumanamaye. Because ASCA says the canal nipa be at the moment, no one is saying so be a. But we could see deficiencies in the system. Sansika ye kasa konfa kwa lorry kwa wompotemu no. There be 1 year a quine to akwana say. Enti wo de wo ye so beto ma political party be ba board joint be to the bia. And then kwenhia beba. Aspitne e kasa wonko si no ebusuafo. Nanko bata bi kwa yarosabia obenya awafa ne ho afa ne ba no. Ye nsi hospital no. Enti oxygen ba ko pene wo. Enti bata no ko hu ye ma. E wo so otwada na mo nsia do putupuru kwa so. I'm for school na ye kasa nkonfa nyema nkwala no mo ntrem no. Wo disika no. O de man ebusuafo akotena brochire. O de bom chidom na ebusuan kwa na mo ye show. E wo wiase afa na nyina. And if this is not worrying, then tell me what else. Abisha. Indeed, the pa ni se ye ma be da lori kwan sa. So mo ye Ghana fo so mo ye Ghana fo mo ye nipa. Ye pa ni se kru no be tantan sa. Ye pa ni so be the 4 years no be ye sikeni dump him. Ye pa no. Ye pa ni se ye ni asupitis papa bia. Ye pa ni se ye kwan nyina ato pansam. Omo so bomu kete because omo say hospitals need to know. One omo bama no net no omo be so mo yare. Ebushafo. Omo so yes ye ba holidays. Ye ko America, ye ko Turkey, ye ko Dubai, ye ko United Kingdom. Za kuro no omo mu ye tantan. Eye mu basa. Sebi gran ka nam kwan na usa yare 40 o 60 ka we be jikuro ho. Politicians would drive over the principal streets of Accra in Kumasi. No more say yari ni be exception my yedi jijisika. But on fa ho kra. Obeton ka free oba time na wo de be shede chia o sunia ma wi akata ban no. Wa tiatia ne said ye ne body on tubiri kan famre esa ka de bitu agya no. Abijafo no oba time ne ton ma ne wi akasa nyame nhira o. Well he shebe ka chese ka 5 cities ne body on to so. And I'm so torn ya ma obenya bibi e dia hwe ne baniti no obeka se mi wura be ma mesos me ma 3 cities what the man we was nyame ensan hira won ka ho anka wura na ahira politician na obunu no the same politician ba ko ye show 500 million dia kwa che wo ba bi hwe ni mu ayem fredo. Anyway, let me welcome Rashid. He's here with me in the studios, and it's a privilege working with this gentleman. Last week, a lot of news stories on my landing for energy. Rashid.
Yep.
Akwaba Brantipa. Joshua, I promise to say, I believe that Otimenka, Rashid.
Yes, Metonka.
Great. I am at your voice, mommy.
Okay.
Rashid, then I also yes, I can kind and manubium no. Then I so far.
So far, no, the Electoral Commission has recollated some of the constituencies and declared in favor of the new patriotic party. Oko PMO our baby to say and someone more Nigeria. 1 year recollation we no. 1 more a year incumbent member of parliament for in Sawama Nigeria. Frank Anodompre wono ena womo a declare results no ewo nidimu na mobekaya earlier no wobra na ye declare results after the elections no the NDC's candidate was the one who was declared as the winner of the elections nemum ekowie mu no some of the EC officials not through the command national say their lives were under threat. They were forced to declare the results under duress. Electoral Commissioner Mami Jane Mensa in opinion for so who says some of the constituency 9 of them no enya dia wo modebeye djuma amana ye Intino Yawana NDC funds said they've secured some court injunction preventing the Electoral Commission going ahead with the recollation. Rana High Court Kwa Sitna MPP any affected candidates na omo ye declare ma NDC for no mo secure a court order. I don't know court ne describe the declaration as fraudulent. The reasons are court ne de ma no. It was not based on any evidence adduced by either the EC or the MPP's representatives, as in their lawyers. No, into Nebima raise concerns say Adena a judge will order for recollation when the main party to the case, our EC, no, one for evidence beyond the two judge and him say these are the reasons why he should have called for recollation. But you can't disobey a court order. So and recollation also about the Greater Accra Regional Office of the Electoral Commission. As we speak, Tema Central, originally it was declared in the name of A.B. Bright, candidate for the NDC. After a recollation, no, originally no court can say yenye recollation. Omukodru hono. EC official ne say on ye recollation on share from A to Z. Omoye dan omoye collation no can say his life was under threat. No omoye mane ka miensa. Enti ne sa miensa ne pe no be ya aka ho onko share free from the beginning. And a lawyer Dafiamekpo who represented Bibra Kachere and say the court has ordered say yenye from A to Z. Enti ade na wo use to mean so they can say yenye and no Kachere and plain say ukeke said the main chassis and wow. PA free and aqua bontina kojina baby and also they wouldn't be part of it. So after the recollation seat now or declare my be bright now done ama MPP Charles Forcing enya 18,870 votes as against Ibi Bright voter wamosi onya which is 18,815 votes. So if you calculate the vote difference now,
about 90.
MPP Nino Eddie Nkunimna is less than 60 votes because Owini by 18,870 as against Ibi Bright 18,815. So when you subtract that figure from 870, you are getting somewhere around 55 votes.
Wow.
Difference, yes.
That was a near miss.
Yes, yes. So currently, Ibi Bright declaration, the man, no, Adani, Ede Akoma, the MPP's candidate, Ora Forcing. Then you go to in Samoma Dwejiri, also originally, no, the NDC's candidate, no, and ye declare man, no, and so ye recollation, you know. The total vote cast no echo 59,779 with 473 rejected ballots. Total valid vote cast near 59,306 with the declaration by Ora Frank Anodon Prenya 29,640 votes and NDC candidate no enya 29,433 votes and also Adani ama results no winner no ako ediama the New Patriotic candidate no. Then we go to Obuasi East. Obuasi East no originally no it was declared in the name of the National Democratic Congress candidate. Nanso ene omokoye recollation exercise no Adani ama candidate of the New Patriotic Party no or no and away winning. The unfortunate aspect of the whole exercise, no, accredited journalists they call hono. When it was time for the collation, they were asked to step out, and drew some mobile declare results no in favor of Niawe winning no and Sana Omoma Central for no assign Abebium. So in the Obuasi East constituency, no MPP candidate no winning by just 19 votes. Onya 18,558 votes are a friend of Boachi Yado and NDC candidate no enya 18,539 votes. When you do the calculation you realize say votes or the winning you know it's less than 20 votes. Originally no NDC phone share or more followers nesanka woman says one go collation centers, no, but later no recall say nobody should go to the collation centers because they deem what is happening as unlawful. So almost serving notice say after their candidate is sworn in on January 7th, they will revisit all these constituencies now.
Wow.
It has been declared in the name of the MPP. No? So far, no update free the Greater Accra Regional Collation Center, but the place is heavily guarded with armed police officers. So wow, obey your wife say, Obekwa di boni bi wo hono, omoni ubedi ni nyonyonyo.
We're looking at about 5,000 police.
Yes. As we speak, you know, that is what currently is ongoing, and they have cannons and other machines are they preventing crowd and all that, you know.
Wow.
Then yes. So currently, you know, these are some of the updates. But now, recollation in they've recalled it for MPP.
Wow. Well done.
Interesting days ahead.
A bit dicey here because initially, well, they say they deliver the results because they were subjected to different forms of maybe controlling aspects be and under duress. I don't really get.
And you see, this is a very serious issue. Onya lawyer be now because when you say you were forced to declare the results under duress, one, whose authority, whose professional evaluation, and reaching that conclusion say you declare the results under duress, because these are facts. These are evidence of fact that can only be determined by a competent court of jurisdiction. So you have to submit the concerns before a court, and the election regulation, when the returning officer declares the results in favor of a candidate, if you have any concerns, the Electoral Commission cannot recollate the results. You would have to file a petition before the High Court, which original jurisdiction is to determine parliamentary petitions. Now, what submitted a case before the court, the judge will evaluate the evidence. Now, what determine say evidence now the abano a strong order for recollation, re-election, or any other directive that the court may deem fit before case na yede abeto omonim. So this is a serious issue because in 2020 Haruna Idris, then minority leader, wrote to Madam Jane Manson say Techiman South results no omo reservations for winti anka be ya yenye recollation nyina so the brand and say I cannot order for recollation. The officers na wo my declaration na you unti bibiase a court. But here we are today, the same issues are playing out. The EC akotna se no mo ankasa se o mayo mo hwehwemu dan kro mo yes declaration na say they've withheld the 9 constituency. They didn't allow the media to probe further with any other question. One sem on be ka kire central for no one mo be kan no mo ja hokoye say eneno ye be recollation and all those community na customers. So we are in for an interesting time, and I think say our courts are very busy with some of these issues because what declare will be winner. Now later no what samba say nipa na nyon no win here by 19 votes. But one interesting thing, so aba okopiemu wo one of the constituency Ablekuma North nipa na ono no returning officer no say so far as pink sheets ni bi ni nyina nyamba MPP for say omo de no mo wona nya ni nyina no mo wona ebi asay and say then if they cannot submit all the pink sheets now, he cannot go ahead with the recollation. So he is going to the national headquarters back now or the report according if they can give further and better particulars nanka omo to asente 100 de electoral officer ni say nya de a obema ho kwan ama recollation course, because some of the pink sheets, you know, they are in doubt and some of them too are missing. So omuntime and continue o kan question so Baba Siddiq of the NDC are raising concerns say the way aniama call no nenji ho because the process now one day ye no easy omo akodane pink sheets ni bia de fufura be sha na omo de omo wo no ene ne ye de abasesi and the difference be wo mu in terms of the numbers and the evidence na wo on the face of the pink sheets enti ono nso ni de no omo atwentwen so ama 9 outstanding we no ne de ne ho no de no omo nyanye because or say niam bi ikoso wo ho a onti ne ho ase so far no these are some of the issues are APMO EDA free about electoral commission.
And from the look of things, you know, as you said from the start, sir, EC the results no better about and the duress. Now all of a sudden, I feel 10 figures. Now all of a sudden, so automatically you can see that EC on to us check. It is inevitable. It is coming.
Oh yes. And I say,
100%.
Interview be what baby NDC man. You say any petition are you ready? Or say officially they will swear in President-elect John Dramani Mahama. Then he will submit his petition, and it's worrying. Say maybe genuinely the EC may have some of these issues right, and decision taking it may be in the best interest or whatsoever, but people are raising doubts about some of their actions because as the electoral commissioner, no, you are only the returning officer for the presidential election, and the laws have expressly stated what should be done in case declarations are made. There is no other way. There is no other activity be was a course when the declaration are made unless you invoke the jurisdiction of the court now in charge, you know. But here we are, the EC is doing things almost administrative in their decision. What could have been best is then conduct fresh elections in the affected
that
constituencies.
Is exactly what I was thinking about.
Then both parties in Becca say, okay, fresh election,
strong surveillance,
strong representatives the affected constituency. But if you declare results for somebody, recollation, when the recollation was going on, you drive all the journalists out. Drew said, declaration, they also from Umbra, then you declare the winner now. It doesn't ensure transparency.
There's definitely something fishy going on there.
And I think it was good that the NDC guys told their supporters not to go to the collation centers because the best thing is for them to go back to the court and
that draws my mind back, Rashid, on sir. That's what I said last week on radio. In as much as Bawumia lost the election, technically he won the election, and he won it for Ghanaians by holding the peace that we have. That man was not in haste. He came out boldly to concede defeat.
Yeah.
So, on the Magana, really.
Yes.
And also, one can say really based on the statement of the Babonte.
And some even have argued that Sanka a close margin. Imagining Yakasia would have been in a serious crisis because information so I say the National Chief Imam spoke to him personally and Obisa and said pair or collation on my yeno who results in the same and yes your catch and so mama we need decisive and no catch and say near uncle Bontina uncle Jin Tumuna Bibia and kama. So he did not even inform the president about it.
Okay.
He just came out publicly to say pair results no more collate. The Ghanaians have decided decisively say it is John Mahama they want. So wajiatum. So that was positive. That was something that it will forever be in history book. Say after elections, no less than 24 hours before the official declaration, a candidate conceded and accepted defeat. But don't also forget in some of the constituencies are now polling station on zero.
But Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia.
Yes, in his own region, some of the areas now, Yetuaba will free hono, on zero. I'll get them and let you know. So he knew per the collation knew say Anko man. So there was no other way to delay conceding. But imagine that the difference was like 200,000. You can imagine what would have happened.
I know.
In this country.
I think I was saying, they are like a shema that man. Now they will to be Babonti boldly. It's not about politics. It is all about when they hear something that a bit maybe find say honorable, or not a ye be a bit like I said, or act honorable manner.
Yeah,
and that was absolutely good. That was absolutely brilliant. And secondly, you could see Ghanaians were fed up. You quite tabluchi kwana sebi na ye fili ema Ghana for oh, people were talking. Remember during the day na yema results na de mama follow. I made mention of something say yeah, free education is there, but the child who's reached the voting age, you know, he will make up his mind based on how the mother or father remonstrates. What the father or mother discusses at home. The mom, if you jump on us, we could Ghana yet me quay and Toshi and Chaminim de Mabedia. Forget about your free education on that grounds. They used as a disseminator. And a lot of people were just waiting to vote out the NPP.
And the unfortunate aspect is that in 2016, the free SHS was a key campaign message because it was fresh. It was new and people were going to benefit. In 2020, they still hammered on the free SHS. In 2024, the economy became a key determiner. But strategically, you know, they knew that the economic issue, you know, and Bawumia tried as much as possible strategically to escape the economy debate by venturing into the digitization agenda, because he argued that the digitization cannot be successful, the economy cannot be successful without digitalization. They knew that they've lost the debate on the economy, and so they needed something to drive the campaign, which they consistently refer to the free SHS. When you talk about high food prices, inflation, corruption, they will tell you that, oh, nase abana mamumano free SHS. So what are you complaining about? If you talk about arrogance of appointees and all that, they will refer you back to free SHS. Now they've lost the election. They've started saying, we should have listened to Ghanaians say, oh, National Cathedral project, you know, it was not a good project. We should have listened. We shouldn't have embarked on it because you collapsed or you destroyed Judges Bungalow, the Judicial Training Institute, you're training judges for private apartments, institutions of state, the passport office, and all other buildings. It runs into millions and several amounts of money. The place is still not functioning. You've only dug a hole which has been described as the most expensive hole in the world, as some may call it.
It is.
And you even told us that you are not going to allocate state resources into the construction of the cathedral project. But over 56 million whatsoever amount. And Amudi Ashemwa Yehu Nempempen. So you've appointed some men of God. Almost a year donations, a year solicitation of funds and all that. And no remember any update on all these things. They say free SHS. So it gave some people the perception say kasa omuntie almost there are people did not vote recently. Bawumia is blaming the media, say some big media firms intentionally hijacked message, you know, message, you know, and I'm like, are you serious? Is Bawumia really candid?
I think Bawumia must rather admit, say yes. At a point in time, he was sidelined as per se Omwankasa NPP, New Patriotic Party, a member of Parliament, former I would say budgets in the crowd. I'm involved with Bawumia. See, the budget. 2017, he was clearly part of it. 2018, he was part of it. 2019, he was part of it. 2020, and I sidelined, and that is where that reckless borrowing. That is where apparently, according to this gentleman, Eugene Wache, I said that was the moment. I'm saying Gabriel Chedaku, any Kenuferata, any Rabidi Tumu, Panabe budget. Is it Dr. Muhammad Bomia, economy Nankasan, managing the economy? So they come bra, of course. Sembi about her haircut by any course, and he but he wasn't part of it.
Exactly.
At a point in time, they sidelined him. Why did he not resign?
Yes,
for his own reputation and integrity.
Exactly. That is my argument. Say when you go to UK, when you go to other European countries, the person will resign. Now, Wabeka plain place said, "This is what is happening," because we were in this country on public television, on national radio. They told us that we wouldn't go to the IMF. President Nemunan Kasa Betna on national television. So I want to assure you that there would be no haircut. And there were haircuts by a retired Chief Justice, Supreme Court Chief Justice. Ebe katre and say, "Nyomo ye nenye na mpenyufo mo abobra
the pressure."
Exactly, and she led the demonstration. Later, they started insulting
attacking
this woman.
her.
Say, "Oh, your my appointment under this administration." When we soon over the other, say, "What do you mean by that?" The fact that you've given her appointment, nan yama kosono, does not mean or say or yede or kananutum. So all these things, no, formed part of the reasons in here the people voted out these the MPP administration, because more in tie efutobia intimamema where polling specific polling stations now. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia scored 0 no. Because okay, people feel that you are not being truthful. So let me get them for you. When you go to polling station B to say in Yorgu polling station, he got 0 there. Oko Narang Swang Primary School, I got 0 there. Palugu Checkpoint polling station, he got 0 votes there. Avion Dago polling station, he got 0. Nayoko number 2 primary polling station, he got 0 there. Nayoko number 2 JHS, he got 0 there. Old Education polling station, he got 0 there. And Sabungari polling station, he got 0 in that polling station. Pentecost Church polling station, we have 0. Missing Primary School, onya 0. Diga Primary School, onya 0. And Gori Clinic polling station, onya 0. Agoli Primary School, onya 0. Lassa polling station, onya 0. Zuku Primary School polling station, onya 0. Tansia Primary School polling station, onya 0. Narangasa Primary School, onya 0. Zugu Primary School Box A 0, Zugu Primary School Box B onya 0. So about 20 polling stations across Onwani home region onya 0 votes. So say what say you can and yen trust banasa, because indeed he didn't get even one single vote in these polling stations, Mamobodi, and surprisingly, no, they were polling stations, a war in the home region. Now it was expected, say, it was say,
at least Onya
votes were, but unfortunately, it didn't happen for him.
Wow. Wow. Maybe see it here, Eugene Wachentry, I know these same kakra. Na yen share. Say, Baumiano, no one was so blaming one as I say. Let's listen to that.
What what kind of personal indicators is my president using? So when we came, I came from England. We like-minded colleagues of mine, we met. And the meeting took place in my house. I'm telling Ghanaians, it took place in my house. 42 members of parliament. We all convened. And I invited Chairman Sabunso as the leader of the caucus and Honorable Joe Wise to come and join. Because we wanted to go and meet the president quietly. Nobody was interested in the press conference. We had all worked for the ticket for him to be elected president, for us to be elected members of parliament. So we want to see him and discuss these things privately with him. That, hey, the way he's going, please. He may not run again. So, of course. But at least we have a party to win an election. So we're all concerned. What happened? We couldn't meet our president. We couldn't meet our president. Your own MPs, we couldn't meet him.
Why?
Randy, I think Manasseh has written copiously about it.
No, I'm asking you.
Because some of the MPs had voted against Michael Quay as speaker.
Oh.
So, yes. So we left it. And we said, okay, some of us. Randy, do you know my oath as a member of parliament? Let me read it to you again. Mine or no shells in my head. You heard what my father Kwampirim told us. What is the parliament? You heard it. And some of us, we are grandfathers who got Randy. We have grandkids. For people to insult us as if we are nobody, we can't think. And when we decided to hold a press conference and make the president aware that the continued tenure of Kenufrata was not going to inure to our benefit electorally.
So you held a press conference because you have been unable to meet him?
22nd of October.
Because you have been unable to meet him?
Yes. Okay. Because now when you want something from what do you do? What do we do? You let Ghanaians know, at least every Ghanaian know that me, I've been consistent for the last 2 years about today. So what has happened today, I'm not part of it. And nobody can say they love the party more than I do. But when we did that, and the president refused to meet us, we held the press conference. The following day, the president met us.
Oh.
The following day, he met us in Jubilee House.
I see.
And then prominent members of society called us that the president will get rid of, will leave Ken. So we should just bear with him. He's an elder statesman. We don't have to.
When was this?
This is what happening around the November, December of 2022. So we should allow it. We allowed it. If you have lost the election today, it's because of Ken Ofori-Atta. MPP has won this election because of Ken Ofori-Atta. Gabia Somochinakun and Asati Bedi Etu. I'm mentioning names.
What have they done?
What have they done? Ken Ofori-Atta was there. Who? In 2000, do you remember what President Ofori said when he was campaigning? Do you remember?
What did he say?
What does that mean? Economy. 2016, what did President Ofori say at trade fair? What the Baumiaba? So we see Sikasima mind. What was he talking about? Economy. How can we win an election in this country without the economy? Why do you think our Ghanaians are punished the way they have?
But the people you mentioned, apart from Ken, they are not responsible for the economy.
And poor friend, you want me Kasa? Yes. Now, the president kept Ken there for 1 year and 2 months, 14 months.
After you have been assured?
After we have been assured. Yes. 2017, my brother is here. Anytime Ken came to deliver the budget, was it not about me present? 2018, was he there? 2019 was...
Rashid, that's where he's making a very serious point there. Maybe it could be allegation, but it's coming from the horse's own mouth. There's a prominent figure in the MPP. Walker said 2017. Budget 2018 2019 2020 tried to tintan a bosia buck buy. So Baumia, instead of him doing, as I said, honorable aspect, said no, I have to leave. That's what I don't understand. During the Brexit era, when Boris Johnson was the Prime Minister, just about this common ground be our intimate meeting, 22 Conservative MPs resigned. All about deal or no deal, including his brother Joe Johnson. So I don't understand why it becomes so hard and tedious. Say, just listen to that and pass your comments on that. Let's listen to
2020. they cut off Bawumia. That's where all the excessive borrowing and the intolerable introduction of taxes on the people of this country started. That's where they cut Bawumia off. Someone will say, you have to build a party, and MPP needs an open heart surgery to build this party. You cannot be sweeping this under the carpet. They are not jokers. And you can say, Randy, we are not leading, we are not senior members, we are leading the rest of the party. We have to let the base believe that we have handed over power to the NDC. The received wisdom in Westminster says that opposition parties don't win elections, governments lose them. We have lost the power to NDC. We did all this, Randy.
They have to build the party, and that brings in mind, sir, is that the beginning of the end of the New Patriotic Party? Is it going to be like the CPP? Because because people are bitter, people are angry within the party,
and it shouldn't surprise you. What's a Ghana for because if they had won the election, ANC, but this man has been principled from the time now. Almost CSA, the gang of 90 MPs.
Correct.
The president did not want to meet them at some point, and it got to a point. Nanka wamo pese omoyede. Some government decision can be parliament if you remember, the NDC had wanted to capitalize on that to finance minister and to even impeach the president and all those things, but they didn't get the support from the MPP,
rebels.
Yes, MPs, because that the president had assured them that after the IMF negotiations, our appointing as a president's special advisor on finance and other international
Jubilee household.
Gang of MPs no mubufu